Good morrow, girls and guys, and welcome to yet another episode of upcoming Nintendo Switch games, this time for the spooky month of October. As you can probably tell, I'm a little under the weather today for this episode, so taking over the narration will be Conrad and our good friend and patron, Kyle Campbell from Super Gaming. Take it away, fellas. I'm gonna go take a nap.
Thank you guys so much for having me on. I look forward to talking about some upcoming Switch games with you guys, two in particular involving superheroes and a group of space animals. Man, I love some space animals.
Happy to have you, Kyle, but without further delay, let's jump right into October's selection of Nintendo Switch games, beginning with a major comeback.
It's so crazy to think that we haven't had a main entry in the Mega Man series since 2011. That's 7 years for crying out loud. Back when I was still in high school. Alas, the wait for a new Mega Man title is about to be concluded with Mega Man 11. While the last two games had us revisiting the NES era with a perfect 8-bit style, 11 freshens things up with a new coat of paint and some new powers. The new double gear system will also drastically increase Mega Man's speed and power, handy for dealing with sticky situations. And if you've ever played a Mega Man game, you know this will happen often. Seriously, these games are the opposite of a cakewalk. Luckily, you can see if you're up to the challenge with a free demo now available on the eShop. Even then, you won't spend too much on this game, as Mega Man 11 is only $30. Not bad for a 7-year wait.
We were very close to giving up on Mario Party, with the last two numbered entries being two piles of crap. It was like Nintendo wasn't listening to our harsh criticisms. That is until we saw Super Mario Party back at E3. Not only was it getting rid of that horrendous car, but it was also incorporating the Switch hardware in a unique way with some minigames allowing you to press two tablets together. Some people were shocked when they found out that the game wouldn't support docked or handheld play for every mode, but considering this is a Mario Party game, it is obviously best played with friends and family. But that's not all, you also can play online with many of the minigames, and with 84 confirmed new minigames, the fun will continue for a long while with Super Mario Party. Let's hope that this will serve as a new beginning for the Mario Party franchise and live up to the older games on the Nintendo 64 and GameCube. Who knows, maybe we will even see Bowsette. DLC maybe?
Now, the release date for this game was just announced yesterday, which is great because we're always looking for new things to be excited about playing on our Switches. Mark of the Ninja Remastered is a critically acclaimed action-adventure platformer originally released on the Xbox Live Arcade and will be making its way to other platforms very soon, but first to the Switch on October 9th. With remastered visuals and sound, you'll be using stealth to your advantage like any good ninja, and you can go through the whole game without killing anyone. I mean, but why would you want to do that? And then when you finish the game, you can play through the whole game again with New Game Plus. If you've ever heard of Mark of the Ninja, hopefully its Metacritic score of 91 will convince you to give it a shot. Having been released on just about every platform, Child of Light is now making its way onto the Nintendo Switch. And as always, if you've never played the game and finally want to, play it on the Switch. Published by Ubisoft and developed by their Montreal studio, Child of Light is a side-scrolling RPG utilizing the gorgeous UbiArt framework engine also used in Rayman Legends and Valiant Hearts. What unfolds is a game that is as beautiful to look at as it is to play. Like any RPG, you'll visit many locations encountering unique individuals. Child of Light also has a unique battle system combining turn-based strategy with accurate timing. The announcement of the Nintendo Switch version also teased a sequel to come in the future, so what better way to prepare for Child of Light 2 than by playing the first game in TV and or handheld mode on the Switch.
You gotta love good old Square Enix and their naming strategies. The World Ends With You Final Remix, or as we like to call it, The World Ends With You, we swear this is the final version, will be releasing once again on a Nintendo system a while after it debuted on the DS in 2007. Since then, it's been released on iOS and Android devices, gaining a cult following, and hopefully more followers following its release on the Nintendo Switch. Final Remix will include additional story content that will save one extra day, along with a control scheme designed around both the Joy-Cons and touchscreen. You won't be able to play this game so much in docked mode, that's for sure, but maybe the Switch version will help the franchise gain the support it needs to finally receive a sequel. If you want that to happen, or get, for instance, Kingdom Hearts 3 since it's developed by the same guy, then be sure to buy the game when it launches on October 12th.
Oh boy, this one is my personal favorite on the list. Admittedly, I wasn't too excited about the game before the inclusion of the Star Fox team. However, when Fox McCloud and the gang was announced to be coming to the Nintendo Switch, I and everyone else reacted like... You get the point. I had the chance to play both the Nintendo Switch version and the Xbox One X version of this game at E3. And while the Xbox One X version is absolutely stunning, the inclusion of Star Fox in this game really makes the package feel that much more complete. No doubt that fans will consider this version to be the definitive version. The other pilots that help create the story of this game seem to be very fleshed out and entertaining as well. I actually did a whole video introducing all of these various pilots, so check that out if you're interested in learning more. Also, gamers all around were concerned with the idea of the Toys to Life aspect in the game, which is why I'm happy to tell you that the figures sold separately for this game are purely optional. All pilots and ships are playable out of the box, with any separate purchase of a figure is purely for those who enjoy an easy and quick swap out system. All in all, it's safe to say that I'm excited. This game is so much fun and I can't wait to get my hands on the full version. Another day, another LEGO game. To be fair, LEGO games are still pretty fun despite their oversaturation. Now that the DC superhero games have 3 games all to themselves, it's now the villains' turn to get in on the action with LEGO DC Supervillains. Play as the Joker, Lex Luthor, and the Reverse Flash, and more well-known and obscure comic book villains. You can expect the same LEGO gameplay you've come to know and love over the years, but what's more fascinating is the voice cast. They got Mark Hamill to return as the Joker and Michael Ironside to play Darkseid, who you may know more commonly as Sam Fisher from Splinter Cell. LEGO DC Supervillain seems to be the ultimate love letter to DC Comics in a number of ways.
Better late than never, I guess. The delay of Dark Souls Remastered Switch version still stings. Nintendo and Switch owners tend to get the short end of the stick, and delaying only the Switch port and nothing else is another Watch Dogs situation, which is just causing us to get bitter. However, it's time to put aside this bitterness and celebrate that Dark Souls will finally debut on a Nintendo system and a handheld system. Is it coming out on an opportune time? Not really, but if you're looking for a AAA third-party experience on your Switch during the later half of October, then you might want to consider Dark Souls Remastered. As you might have heard though, these games are not for the faint of heart. They are ridiculously punishing and take some serious skill to master, but they are also some of the most rewarding games as a result of their difficulty. If you have the slightest taste for adventure and good combat, then consider giving Dark Souls a shot.
Aside from what is seemingly a ridiculous name, My Hero 1's Justice packs a punch. This is another game we got to play at E3, and while I am more of a fan of the 2D fighters, this arena-style brawler has enough going on for it to make me interested. For one, this game really is great eye candy. The colors are vibrant, the visual effects are stunning, and everything so far seems well optimized. Visuals aside, this game's source material is arguably the best anime and manga out right now, so it already has a lot going for it. I do sort of worry about how much content could really be offered based off of our E3 demo, but here's hoping Bandai Namco is really ready to wow us. Oh look, another LEGO game on the Switch this month. Only this LEGO game is certain to get Joseph Ferris's wheels spinning. The LEGO Harry Potter collection was released on the previous generation of consoles and then later on the PS4. Just the PS4. Pretty weird exclusivity deal you got going on there, Sony. Anyway, Harry Potter and LEGO fans alike will rejoice when the LEGO Harry Potter collection releases on the Nintendo Switch and Xbox One on October 30th, just in time for the spooky holiday. These games are pretty self-explanatory. You go through all of the events in all 8 films in classic LEGO fashion, collecting studs and playing as different LEGOized Harry Potter characters. Now it may not quite be the Chamber of Secrets game, but the LEGO Harry Potter collection will hold you over for the inevitable LEGO Fantastic Beasts game. Never change, Warner Brothers. And with that, those are only 10 of the Nintendo Switch games coming in October. If you have any other games you're excited about that didn't make it to the list here, sound off in the comments section down below. And lastly, I want to thank the Commonwealth Realm again for having me on and filling in for Joseph during this episode. If you want to hear more from me, click the link to my Starlink pilot introduction video at the end. Thanks for having me on once again, friends.
If you liked this video, be sure to click the thumbs up button, and if you're new, be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell for more videos on the Nintendo Switch and other Nintendo franchises. We would also like to thank our generous patrons, including royal producer Kenyatta Ali, for all their contributions to the realm. If you would like to know how you could support us in exchange for some awesome perks, then be sure to head over to patreon.com/commonwealth. In the meantime, guys and girls, we will see you next time on the Commonwealth Realm.